If you're considering building a mobile application, which pretty much every business that Keyhole software talks to is, you have a couple different options for what you want to go to. Maybe you have an app you already have and you want to upgrade it. Maybe you have a completely net new app. Maybe you have a new idea and you're just not sure what it is to build it on. Right now, there's really two major contenders that we see. There's Flutter and there's MAUI. React Native, I didn't include in that list because honestly, its market share has been shrinking for the past 3 years. Flutter has been really sort of the darling, the Cinderella story for what has come up through the ranks. It's created by Google, which, people have different opinions on that. And its primary competitor is MAUI, which comes from Microsoft. MAUI is really the spiritual successor for Xamarin. And if you're a .NET shop, if you already have .NET apps, you've probably already started looking into what is the upgrade path to go from Xamarin to MAUI. Now, our recommendation for which to pick, it honestly takes a conversation to figure out what it is that your application does. What are some of the unique things that it does? Does it need access to the gyroscope? Does it need access to permissions that the user would have to grant? Does it need real-time communication? Do you need AI? All these things you really have to consider when you're trying to figure out what it is that you should be building your application on top of. I would say though that by and large, when we talk to companies, it is very rare when MAUI makes sense. Although it is the successor to Xamarin, Microsoft's support of it, how mature it is, the community support for it, it honestly is lagging behind Flutter, which, for a Microsoft product is honestly a little bit surprising. There's maybe 50% the number of developers that use MAUI as opposed to Flutter. The community support, if you look at plugins, if you look at all the different GitHub libraries on it, Flutter is far and away going to support almost everything that you need. There are some things that it doesn't do well, but if you care about speed, if you care about performance, if you care about future-proofing an application, you're probably gonna go down the Flutter route. Now, that may change, honestly. Web applications, desktop applications, they have a different life cycle than most mobile applications. Mobile, it's so tactile. You feel it. Your hands are directly interacting with the device. So you feel every millisecond of delay. And all of these companies are constantly competing to find what is the best. How can I get you to use my app? So there's so much innovation. There's so much competition. There's so much demand to be able to produce the best mobile apps that honestly, most mobile apps have a 3 to 5 year shelf life that we see in most companies. So there is no sort of what is the right mobile framework to use 10 years from now. You're never, it's the wrong question to ask. Your real question that you need to know is, what can I get to production as quickly as possible? What is going to be the best for my end users? And as soon as you get it into production, you know that there's going to be new versions of mobile operating systems. There's going to be new features going to be requested. What is the mobile framework that is going to allow you to address those needs as quickly as possible, with the end goal always being in mind of you're probably going to have to rewrite it every 3 to 5 years? It depends. Honestly, it takes a conversation or two. And those are the things that we think about when a company comes to us, seems like once a week, asking what is the right mobile framework for me.